and I are leading them. And just in the same fashion as any focus group, we're here to take down all of the feedback and opinions, and then we're going to review it all with the dining team. We've already given some of the information to the team on some things that can be changed sooner, before we have to finish up all 4 groups. So we made it very clear that we weren't here to be the solvers of the problems or the concerns, that we would work with the team together. And we got some great feedback, both things that we could work on and things that we want to be sure we don't change too, because there have been some things that people really like. So the bigger piece, and I won't spoil it because you'll be coming to one soon, but we're changing the menu styles again, so it's actually going to look just like the menu you used to get in the dining room, with all the descriptions on it. And so that will be coming probably in the next couple of weeks. But I look forward to you all attending those with us, and there's 10 people in each of those groups too. And last, but certainly not least on my list, is I have some news to share about our sales team. And this is brand new news, but Cam, many people know him by Cam, has actually left First Colonial Inn. He received a position, a very great offer that he just could not refuse, And while we were very disheartened, especially myself, because he's done an amazing job here. Many of you probably don't even realize, but in July we had 8 people move in. And so for 8 people to want to move in the middle of COVID, that was a lot of work, a lot of work on his part and Michelle's part. So we're very grateful for everything he's done here. He's going to actually be leading a team of, I think, 5 or 6 salespeople. So it's definitely a bigger challenge and, a step up in his career growth. So we're really happy for him. So we'll definitely, I'll put that in my letter, for tomorrow too. So that's my list of things. Other than a wind down Wednesday, the other thing we're going to do is have VIP guests there. We're going to invite the new residents to come to those happy hours and have special seats, because one thing we heard was, gosh, we never get to meet the new people anymore. And I know some of you have in passing, or you recognize somebody that doesn't look familiar, and so you introduce yourselves, but we'll make sure we do something to recognize all the new folks that have moved in, so you can meet them. So now I will open it up to you all for questions.
Chrissy,
yes.
What about our flu shots? Are we going to get flu shots?
Yes, so flu shots will be on October 6th. And Renee is helping coordinate it. It's actually with Neil Medical Pharmacy, the pharmacy that helps us in assisted living. So we will probably run it very similar to the COVID testing, where we give you a time slot, and have you come down by floor that way, because that seemed to work out really, really well.
Yes.
So one thing we have been very fortunate through all of the quick changes is we've had some best practices come out of it, and that's one of them, where we realized, gosh, we could do that for flu shots. And so
I think you've done a fabulous job with all of this.
Oh, well,
with what you've had to work with, what worked through. And I appreciate everything you've done to help us.
Oh, thank you, Ruth. Thank you.
I would echo Ruth, except that my children have expressed that they're so grateful, that we're safe.
Thank you.
And the special touches.
Thank you. Yeah, knock on everything. We are one of probably a very slim number of communities that have not been affected.
No, it's a miracle. It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Chrissy, do you know how the other communities around here, have they all been hit with the case?
From what I understand, most of them have been, even if it's just been one case. And they've handled it well. Most of the communities in Kisco have been affected at some point or another, as well.
For our area.
For our area, from what I've heard, yes. I haven't looked at the most recent reporting.
Scope.
Yes. were a couple of communities, and it does get scary, a couple of communities that have rehabs attached to them, where our residents have gone to in the past, and they've had, you know, some pretty big outbreaks, and that's where it gets really scary, because it's more the nursing homes that have been affected drastically.
Okay.
What other questions? Topics you want to talk about? I'm rusty, it's been a while. And it's all turned into letter writing, which, believe it or not, is not my favorite thing to do. So,
Well, she's not here, but she has done, I think, a remarkable job. Julia.
oh, yes.
That girl works, I can see in the courtyard, she picks them up, picks you up, takes you, that girl works so hard.
Yes.
And she's brought some good entertainment, and I think it's just wonderful.
That's
And I
great.
think she deserves a lot of credit.
Oh,
But
that's
she's got
great.
a hard job, all of you do.
So really, when you think about Julia's, we all take some time every once in a while to think about what's changed. And previously, Julia had to come up with a monthly calendar, monthly newsletter. Well, now that's converted to a monthly newsletter and a daily calendar.
Yes.
With a lot of info, so you're right. She's been,
wonderful.
the entire team has been so adaptable. And it's really just a true sign of their love for you all, because they will do anything, you know.
I've seen her here at 8 o'clock filing,
Mhm.
Oh, she's
that's the only time she could find.
I know, and she's done a great job. I'll share it, she'll be happy. She is starting a new, she'll be happy if you participate in this, in the newsletter that will come out. We know we're a couple days behind, but she's got the newsletter ready to come out. She has a game in there, Guess Who I Am, and it's going to be somebody either that lives here or works here.
Oh.
And there will be all these hints, and then you have to submit it, somewhat like our guessing game that we used to have at the counter, you know, where you had to pick how many number of candies were in the jar. Now you'll have to guess the person. So she's very excited about that. So I don't even know who the person is that's in it this month. It's not me. I'll give you one hint. It could be, and she made up all the hints without me. So what else? Environmental services. We do have a new associate. You all know that Norman retired.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we did hear from Norman just yesterday. He's doing great. He does miss us, of course. That would be hard not to. But he was actually down in Baton Rouge in the middle of the hurricane.
Oh,
He brought his grandson to college, to LSU. And so they were right down there in the midst of it, I know. But they fared well, and he's made it back home, so he's doing really, really well. And we've put a new person in that role, Steve. If you haven't met him yet, you won't miss him. He's really tall, and he's been shadowing with Sorrento. So you'll see him around with Sorrento, but really nice person. But of course, we do miss Norman, for sure, but he's doing great.
When do you think we'll ever be able to go shopping again?
You know, until they, I wish I knew. No, and until again, there's different testing availability, potential vaccines, it's just hard to tell. We are working on an enhanced pantry listing for you all to select items from. There'll be more items on that. And I know many of you are using Instacart, so we're looking at how we actually streamline that and maybe potentially reduce some of those fees that you all have to pay on that. Because, Instacart I use at home as well, and they tack on the tip, they tack on the delivery fee and processing, and it becomes very expensive to get your items delivered. So we're working on that to find ways to make the shopping a little bit better.
Who does it now for the things off the pantry list?
So Liz, so pantry is something internal. So we actually are able to get items from Cisco, our food vendor. And so most of those items are coming straight from Cisco or one of our other vendors who we could buy in bulk from. And so those items come in most every Tuesday, and then they get delivered right to you.
Yeah.
But the other service that we've been helping you with is